As an auditor, the next step in the auditing process is the EC2 instances. So prior to auditing the EC2, we have to have a basic understanding of the organizational architecture, the kind of servers they host, and the kind of restrictions and what all policies they have implemented. So let's see what all servers they have. So for that, we are just going in EC2 instance, and let's see what all instances they have. So here they have three instances. One is the Bastion host, the second is the SQL server, the third is the web server. So the Bastion host server is the machine which exposes the internal company organizational machines, like which is the web server and SQL server, to the external ones. So this is normally used for employees who can access the VPN, access the machines through VPN. So this would enable the external employees who connects from internet to access the web server or SQL server through remote desktop connection, which is the RDP protocol. So the Bastion host should enable RDP protocol from external internet. It's my bad, it's internet. The next one in the hierarchy would be web server. So the users, external users who is in the internet, shouldn't be allowed to directly connect to the web server through RDP. They should always connect through Bastion host server. That's through the VPN or other protocols. So web server should restrict only HTTP and HTTPS protocols to be connected from internet, because any web pages hosted in the web server could be accessed through HTTP or HTTPS protocol from external internet. And the next one, which is very private, which is very limited or very private, is SQL server, which hosts the application database. And here in our environment, it would be talking only to the web server, which has the application in it. So let's see if the organization follows the process. So for that, we have to go to the security groups. First, let's audit the Bastion host server. The inbound policy we are checking first. Here it has SSH and RDP enabled, and it can talk to any server. Source would be 0.0.0/0. It means it can communicate with any machines through RDP or SSH. And the outbound, all traffic, and that also destination could be any machines. So this can in and out, it can communicate with any machines outside this network. So next one in the hierarchy would be the web server. Sorry, it's my bad. So inbound. So it has three protocols, HTTP and HTTPS. Let's talk about HTTP and HTTPS first. So these are protocols which the users use to connect through the browser. So it could be done from any machine. So if you are hosting a web page or an application through web, so any user, whether the clients or users, could connect it from any machine. So you can't restrict it with the IP address or a group of IPs. So if you have any stipulated IPs here, you have to mention it. So in this case, it can be connected to any machines. So that's why it's given source as 0.0. And the next one is remote desktop protocols, which is the RDP, which is used to directly connect to the machine. So it is allowing only one source. So if you see the source VPC ID, group ID, it shows that it is the Bastion host server. So you can see it in my mouse pointer. So this is the same. So it gives RDP connection only through the Bastion host server. This enables that the kind of access is protected. and the outbound will be all traffic, because from a web server it could communicate with all other machines. It could be the updates, you would be updating it, then the log monitoring, you could connect anything. Normally outbound, because you will be having restricted actions from the servers, so the outbound actions could be probably neglected. Only the inbound action is what concerns more. So let's check the SQL Server next. So here, the inbound, we have two protocols. One is the SQL and the next one is the RDP. So let's talk about RDP first. So RDP, who all should be connecting to the machine remotely? So whoever connects to that should be connecting only to the bastion host. Let's check if that is the same. Yes, it's the same. So it means the access is restricted only through the bastion host server. The next one is SQL, MS SQL. So the SQL server here, in our case, in our organizational architecture, the SQL server is being used by the web server. So here in this MS SQL protocol, it should be showing the source as the web server. So that also is mapped correctly. So let's see the outbound. Here also it's allowing all. So that's it for the time being, because EC2, it looks like it's well configured. Thank you.